We're joined by Rutgers head coach C. Vivian Stringer, and we'll go ahead and open it up to questions.
Coach, you're right in the game, second half, and then they had a little run that pulled away, 11-2 run, and maybe a 13-point game. What was the difference at that point, and overall?
I think that Lexi Brown knocking those threes down, and then the young lady on the inside carrying us. First of all, let's recognize that Maryland is an outstanding team. I appreciate their poise. Those guards are very confident, and I thought that they clearly knew what it was that they're trying to do. I mean, and all the positions are legitimate without question. So it's not to say they wait anything from Maryland, because they are easily, if they're top 5, top 4, they are that. But we also have a great deal of pride in what we can do. And I thought that we came with the idea of pushing them. And you're right, we had 11-2. They had 11-2 run. And I just think that we just didn't come out. We were a little tentative. And we had the same situation before, where we erased the 22-point deficit at our place before. So we believed that we were there. We just seemed to be just a step slow. And we also had some different ideas. I was surprised again that they played a zone, although we were prepared for that. Just we missed some shots. I didn't think that it's as simple as that. We just missed jumpers that were there. I think that it could have been a little different if we had hit some basic 10-foot, 12-foot jumpers that were clean, but we didn't. I was satisfied with the press. I was real pleased with that, so that was good to see that. But Maryland is they're good. All praise to them, coach and all.
Coach, you want to talk a little bit about Benija Laney? She seemed to be a very tough matchup. She can score outside, score inside, and just about her contribution tonight.
Naja has been playing. I think she's easily one of the top candidates in the country for player of the year. She's just a real rarity, and I don't know what we're going to do without her, because she can score inside, she can score outside. She did 3-point range, posted up, and she gets it done on the defensive side, as well. I thought that we were trying to double actually to the inside with the other post, and so it caused her to drop down a little bit. Because other than that, she was supposed to be denying the reversal on the part of the other big girl, which we didn't get to quite as much. But I can't say enough. I have never seen a player make such a transformation between her freshman year to her senior year, and to be as dominant a player as she is. But you know what I was just talking to the team about today is that it's one thing about her from the first day of practice as a freshman, she worked hard every day. There wasn't a second that she did not do all the extra things, and she was such a competitor that there are very few players, and I've coached a long time, that could even begin to compare to her desire to be the best at whatever it is that she does. And she's kind, because I think that if everyone worked at the same level, anywhere near that, everybody would be she's
Which, you won 6 games in a row since losing to Maryland, and then lost this one. Despite that, was there anything that you saw in the 2 defeats that gives you confidence that if there's a third time in the tournament that you can beat this team?
Let me ask you a question. Are you from Maryland?
Yes, I am.
All right, good. Let me say this. The reason why I asked you that is I'm kind of looking forward to that. And I'm hoping that we do what we need to do to be deserving of playing in the championship. But make no mistake about it, the big teams that want to, it's tough. I haven't been able to get 1 ounce of breathing room. And I appreciate that, because I think that we're going to be better for that ultimately. Should we end up somewhere in that 2-3 range thing, then we would be able to hopefully win and play, Maryland again. And you always want to play great competition, because they have the 2 bigs, they've got great guards in the perimeter position. Who wouldn't want to play that? Because it's my philosophy anyway, to be the best, you have to play the best, and you have to beat the best. So they're clearly one of the best teams in the country, aside from the fact that they're, clearly the best team in the Big Ten. And so my aim is always that direction because ultimately we want to go deep and ultimately play at the highest levels at the NCAAs. So yeah, I look forward to that. And I look forward to the adjustment that we need to make. That's the reason why I was late coming back here, because I was talking very clearly to our team. We know what we didn't do. So whether we had some real serious miscues, that happened, or the execution that needed to take place. You have to play a very good game to be a very good team. We couldn't come here and have miscues as we did, but that's good. See, that's not bad. And probably, as most of us know as coaches, you can get everybody's attention when you lose. How's that? So now, having won 6 games, maybe we think that we know. So now we're back to, we better focus to play at the highest level. And I think that our team wants to win. They want to play, and I'm extremely proud of them, and I have every confidence that we are going to get a lot better. So it's a process. It's not the end of the world. I'm fine. I'm smiling. My former players of mine were in the locker room talking to them about it, as did happen with our game against Nebraska. And it was interesting because how could a player be gone for like 10 or 15 years and then make some comments about things like, why didn't you dribble step off? And our players were like, yeah, because they said that's fundamental to teaching, to coaches teaching. Because that's what needs to happen. They're looking at, wow, they come to understand that there is a process, there are things that you need to know. So I think that these last 2 games have been very good. Nebraska and Maryland we couldn't ask for a better situation.
Come back to tonight's game a little bit. You talked about sort of inside-outside game of Maryland. Number 33, Alexis Harrison, came off the bench, gave Maryland a lot of energy, hit the boards very hard. Is probably not somebody who's prominent on your scout of Maryland because she hasn't played a lot this year. Did that surprise you, and is that something that you feel like just one more element you'll need to prepare for if you do get that anticipated rematch?
We make no mistake about it. We have been weak when it comes down to post defense, rebounding, and the whole thing. Okay? He's got to get a whole heck of a lot better. And I'm hoping and praying, and we're working every day on getting better because it's nowhere near what it's got to be in order for us to take it to the next levels. And I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. All you have to do is look at the stat sheet and you can see that. So this young lady comes in 27 minutes and she gets 12 rebounds. Please, are you serious? So Maryland, one of the things we knew 2 things, there's a number of things with Maryland, but we knew this. They want to go in transition. They want to capitalize with turnovers, and which is what we started to do at the beginning. And 2, they gain rebound. I would love to have somebody in that's good, that plays those kind of minutes and get those kind of points. We do need somebody that's rebounding like that. So obviously the names like Melina Howard and Brianna Jones, those are the names that loom larger than life. But do we know about them? Yes, we knew about them. But anyway, you shake it, there's still 5 people on the court. So it doesn't matter whether she was coming in as a 1, 2, 3. Obviously, she was at a 3, 4, 5. And that means that those are the rebounding positions for us. So all we have to do is block out and take care of our business. And I got to find another way for us to understand that we can't win if we don't rebound. And she, I mean, they didn't get this kind of productivity from her the last time she was there. In fact, Maryland played 7 players with double-digit minutes. We played 8 the last time we played them, okay? If I looked at the stats at our place, we probably won in about 4 of the 7 categories. But the category that we didn't, and that is what showed up again, and that is 5 for 11 threes, okay? Now, what we looked at is we said, okay, so how many transition points? I felt that they did a good job, really a good job of stopping us in transition. So we were able to, we left 20 points on the floor the last time we played them, just as we broke it down. But we also knew that they hit 5 threes and we hit 2, okay? So we felt that if we could just hit those 10-foot jumpers with those layups that should have been layups with 12-foot, 10-foot shots, then we could even this up. Because if we looked at everything else, we actually had a better shooting percentage, and they out-rebounded us by 3, even though they are a bigger team. But this time, I think, you know, Brenda and the team did what they needed to do, and congratulations to them, because they did what they needed to do better than what we needed to do. It's as simple as that. You know, so, can you get me a player 6'3" and 4 and we can rebound? That's all I can help that right now. You know, the rebound, because we do need that. That's all I want to say about that.
Any other questions for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.